my Lord Bafo Bonny was part of the grand conspiracy against his predecessor, Gertrude Arabesa Torkonoo. It was a grand conspiracy.
Because Osahini Alexander Afenyo Markins NNA Ode Atudwa Ashemu Kina say Madam Gertrude Torkonoo awanye bonibia according to the New Patriotic Party Amanyokuo no na NDC for Esha Nasia Konwa aje ni dibre efiri nsem as Chief Justice no se nyame ya adom na NPP edin kunim biomu a omosan so ede ni dibre bema no na ogitum ebetimi akansi su pote se Paul Bafo Bonny a ene ono eneye Chief Justice no oka hu bi na omu etimi tu mami efi ade so ono aba bedi ade na onto se bia na se onfa ehu emne kase onim pa se oka hu bi ene mo mutimi tu sa na mo no na afen so no ode atudwa se ne ohwe niam a ekoso e wo Ghana judicial system no mu a entwa yie kra na ohwe kwan a ye de chema wuntumi efa so na ohwe MPP amonyokuo mu mabi se de yedi omo asem a hu se ntwachia ewom aje se atentene amamuo yi a ekoso under John Dramani Mahama utimu se sisie ekoso pa enya asem ketwa exclusively Alexander Afenyo Markins minority leader wedi nkomo bebre yangibre na yenkotie ni nkomo twetwe ni bi yenso yadwenkyere no yemfa to comment section say won subscribe nso a subscribe and be part of the Ashanti Media family.
Nowhere in any political setup has individual competition ever given victory. We need to be very collective. Support the flag bearer. Support the party machinery. Draw on each other's strength. Where I mean there, it will weakness.
They support.
I should be able to come to you and say, bro, this is a hanum or your weakness. Can we work on it? We should be able to forgive easily. Obitia wonada. Because politics, you know, yes, emotions bar, it becomes personal. Or they to me crashing any ego. Azibi wo nyimpe bia no mu. Azibia wo bibi wo yema o me hu de ame me obi nsisim.
Yeah.
Mema obi ntitie me fa hu zedo. But ye wo bibi so wo friend Jemonka.
Okay.
Where azin itwiko mu ana aja hom na Jem. In politics, you know, obi betia wanado. Obi be shawa horoba. Obi be keke bia chero. Like I was talking about your friend and Dr. Torkonoo. Back in the days, graphic front page, you see, J.H. Wabodam Mensa. Is there? It got 1999. Look for the graphic in there. A Google map, a Google search. You can just type it. It was graphic banner. J.H. Wabodam Mensa. And also responded there. No problem. J.H. Wabodam Mensa. He went through all of these. But just myself. Yeah. In there, Ebi Obiko radio do, no so do Afenyo market. No mame or a petty trader or your friend then
Ohieniba.
Now on papa across Oxford. Now metase ebi owo papa Oxford but into man Oxford emi papa na my papa wan Oxford were petty traders but I'm across Oxford nti bia emi no ya wo wana na otum bobra
shade na wo true an
debi ayasamka me piache de the min so hwe nyina as a minority leader no
eselfem
or them film because opinion no ozi menyim no oye JH Mensa he went through Western. He was attacked, he was called names. Your friend and Che Mensa Bonso. He didn't have it easy. There were several times there were parliament no colleagues in Bimpo or pede utuni fi godo but oje ne djuma ye oye djumazen na nyankopon na adom otumi onye nkunyimzi azuma party mbojat masa intino I am determined and I believe that as a party za okro do weekendi ehwe the enthusiasm enije eni ibu especially I mean mekaza midzi wondese was Central Region.
Central Region.
And with all the contestants, they were focusing on the vote, harvesting their vote, campaigning. It was so beautiful. And me say, oh, Yankopon, son it in Bible. Now with them enthusiasm, pitch cray, tuwache, and now one's and fufur na beshe party moon. As a cronaka in Bible. One one's no Bible no botum epeja and one's in. Ne yena yemfa Dr. Baumian she razinansa. Dan make bibi de impena hin na yer bompe ya ye bobi man. Na here NPP funara impena hin na ye bompe ya ye bome ye party. Yes, obi botum wa kanasem, obi botum wa kasetie party, obi botum wa kazope. But say ye nyina ye kor. Na ye tutu ye nzeme yi. Na ye za adwenu kor ye ze bompe ya. Look, 2028 obeye de adaso yenuanu mendisi fun ehun de so far instead de wo focus na wa ye hon adwuma e boshe na wo de she Ghana fun instead de wo focus there sebio will create opportunities one kasa one flagship programs are what can wasam what's woba one job be at 3 shifts what's woba was in kokon ketenketereba. What's Waba? There will be 24-hour economy. What's Waba? Ghana, Asomdwe, Ahoto, Ekroye, equality before the law. What's it? Ahoto Baba. Into our friend reset. Now, what bay 1.5 years?
Who's the reset because?
Oh, remember, what bay one reset in there? One, electricity. Number Akosor by almost 30%.
We are paying realistic prices.
Now, so Akufo-Addo na bre. Electricity, you can check it 2018. 2018, Akufo-Addo aben otetiw electricity ebodo between 18 to 30% for various category of consumers. That is a record nobody has been able to break. Aben bi enyi oba abenma, abenma. Otumi oma electricity no bo crofom. Akufo-Addo ba umia benpe in electricity bo crofom. Inti the first point of failure or what the ma ben na membu minye there. Electricity no akosoro. Water 19%. For no trinchen. NPP aben you realize it there. Or they ye use yen gold reserves no. Ye tum ye de show up yen your friend
currency.
Yen currency no or you stable because your reserves are otum cushion where you not the honor back wo Ghana sika no until you introduce BB go for oil go for reserves because Ghana import dependent and BP no sesa dollar na is our import BB until the main intervention intervention them rubber ya instead de ni nyina cost dollar no na che de gold no instead de cut oil yes a form of butter, a modern form of butter system ye wo gold inti awo yesu ye pe oil no ye ba mo gold instead de yesu sika na ye die then yes abro. This was the initiative young papa Dr. Bawumia as vice president o initiative also tell Akufo-Addo abenechi. Now, ye nuanu me bayi. Wo hu ne dadam nhihye no ayen nhihye papa. And na waka da wo be shemikina. On say hwe. Amembwa. What's the gold board in Brandenburg first? You criticize it, they look. The way I was structure gold board, I there. Obe creates monopoly. At the same time, Obe creates a regulatory environment. So gold board, as we speak, or you're both a regulator and a buyer. Into onuna or monopolize the purchasing of gold, especially small scale, and at the same time, all regulates the sale and gold. Purchase of gold. Now, your concerns are you raising, and this is for now what pass a bill no midnight. Then for no. So loopholes are not all gold board embrani mu nyina no wente. Now, after first 9 months of operation, na IMF wama alarm bells, pen. Ekau kasi bi reba ho. Inti IMF one first report I was a bay. Now what's it do? Almost $219 million be losses. That was the first report.
First one, yeah.
As of September.
Yeah.
In a minority, yes, so asemim. Ya can want some gold ball for so on no quar na de. But opinion IMF reports, IMF reports. A challenger on ye because IMF want Washington no what ba
One year net.
1 year what ba often no waba hwehwe books no mu na wo hu that sana charges no or 15%. Now let me explain charges no 15%. Only there gold board root to gold no. Now gold no root no or obi a oye agent on one miniska
No okoto.
no okoto wo friend aggregator.
Yeah.
The aggregator no gold no oroto on behalf of gold board. Now Ozama gold board or charge 15%.
It yen koto no director yen boss aka no.
Open 15% was the fees. The 15% or your pro na katase shase. Because it be said there the 15% no or kwaye the charges no na IMF work on wasam now iron minority ye ko raise the first attack, and this is where I have a problem with gold board chief executive no odubia there kasa onya boteronte
Oso amumboka.
meba mpocho enyi ze pen ye toba ya chire nsem metwe me ye minority leader
Yeah.
mizi domenyim sameze etan inehi mezi ye medwuma na onkodo oyedem kasa menye njina do ntinya botama ye raise kojo ponkroma na olidi ye first press conference okase pepepe ye nyu chief executive no attack oponkroma wo a news file no onyim zoreka na kasepi. The second time o raise okache no nya accountant later minua abna asari no so ko raise no wa attacking the same chief executive odumudu no say minority leader or ignorant majatu after all JH means and power there JH waboda means in the zenka there sebi
Afenyo
margin kaka see them ignorant so on put majitum because arobeshen a minority leader obesho obi kwa baka cho there ne papa cross for awo mami and cross for forgetting the onu ne papa crossford we do one call name me mami onyiska mark oxford nti emi no nyo one na wabobra there's onu to nche. So what I'm saying is that you raise them 15% asam quickly na gold board no Bank of Ghana what for emergency board meeting
after more
immediately after they called an emergency board meeting
after all those descriptions
after they are described as them were attacking in the media no, they called an emergency board meeting, and when they called the emergency board meeting we review 15% no was across 9%. So who has been vindicated here?
Obviously you.
Minority, meaning that you admit the 15% charges no osododo, so you reviewed it to 9%. That is the first success story. Ghanaians must know that when we raise alarm, immediately there was a joint board meeting and they reduced the charges from 15% to 9%. Then when we raised the issue on the floor of the house through the motion where we're raising the concerns about the mess at gold board or the losses, and they further reduced it to about 5%.
So then more advocates, there has been a reduction of about 10%.
Then eventually, the governor makes a public announcement there. Gold board, trade in Krampon, why then? Where you know if you into a Bank of Ghana doesn't want to be involved again directly. So in other words, gold board first there, they have made profits. Then in the books of Bank of Ghana, there are losses, it's in the books of Bank of Ghana. So you realize that when you argue, they will say that, but check our books, we've made profit.
We've made profit.
No, that is voodoo accounting. Let's face common sense. In every accounting record, Biano, you have profit and loss. You have costs.
Cost, yeah.
You need to have your costs and you need to have your profits. How does an accounting record capture only profit,
The profit without the...
and take away the losses? Why? In your revenue, whose revenue? In every sales, this is your revenue. The costs that you incurred in achieving them revenue,
Then you are able
revenue
to
is
sell
not
the-
profit.
Yeah.
Revenue on your profit. Sebi, I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Me a businessman. Me ko taze. Me ye LC. Na LC ni ba. Na me trade duty. Na me ko ton me goods. Zema institution bi. Na se me nyame checker. The value of the check is not profit.
Profit.
Or ye me sale.
Okay.
Inti being me sales, you know. Now matter the cost of the LC, including bank charges, duty, and then salaries are metria, slits are metria, taxes are metria. Ni na metu fee sales ni mu.
Yeah, but canon a year profit.
Jama oba kanu ye will be poor friend that profit before tax.
Before tax.
Okay? But if you really want to determine your net profit,
It should be after.
you take away your taxes, salaries, the actual cost of the goods you have sold, your indebtedness to other institutions, then you know this is your profit. So, gold board, all the charges now work,
Almost a free man.
what it is free man, because IMF is saying that all the losses is like you've offloaded it to the
Bank of Ghana.
Bank of Ghana. And you are telling us that you made profit. And when you raise her, you don't take it personal. Bro, say minority for your razor in summer. People shouldn't take it personal. Look, we have respect for the president. We have respect for the vice president. We have respect for chief executives of state institutions. We have respect for ministers. In this discourse, our job is to scrutinize. And in scrutinizing you, say yenya kukudru to point out
The loopholes.
the loopholes and the mistakes now. Our anka semponi, you go to sleep. So if gold board for now or one, so we'll say here now, they will realize that you're born. Because you see, them IMF we will raise them concerns with the World Bank, with all these institutions, multilateral partners now, they will start putting pressure on the government. And when they no pay Ghanaian Times front page,
yeah.
President Atro Bibi,
Cutting
also
waste to
cutting
economic-
waste key to economic recovery. Eco new publisher, Atro Forsen,
Enough of the
enough
IMF
of the IMF bailout. Now my question is, if the president is saying we should cut waste, if Atro Forsen is also saying enough of the bailout, what contribute to all of these? The losses. When we don't look at a prudent system of managing the economy, na yanhwenze maybe yehwe figure no 22 billion cedis as at 31st December, losses at gold board alone 22 billion cedis. 22 billion. Meanwhile, no Agenda 111 hospitals are being scheduled. I concede that there is always a cost in implementing an economic policy. But that cost should be measurable. Where it is highly expensive to implement a particular economic policy, you must review it.
Is it your call, say, as I the activities of gold board, man?
Obviously, look, gold board as some know, it is a scandal in waiting.
Really?
It's just a matter of time. Oh, and I say so without being personal. Look, it's a huge scandal. If you read the IMF report, I am not going after gold board. Me, personally sitting here, I am not going after gold board. Neither is a minority singling out gold board for attack. But what the minority is saying that Gold board is a time bomb. We should watch it. If we went to clean up and summer, if we went to straighten, look, let me tell you something. Even as we speak, there is a huge tension between Gold Board and Bank of Ghana. Do you know why? Now, Gold Board is trying to say there, Bank of Ghana said, "Most more fee, a financing
Gold Board,
Gold Board, a gold for reserves, a scheme now. No, in your ton, you gold now, dollar now, you are already aware. So Gold Board has written to the banks. So there is some tough war, and I'm an economist. But I've spoken to a lot of consultants in this field of monetary economics. And they tell me that, look, if governor no ojay Gold Board to do what it wants to do, then economy will crash. Because it's like they are also indirectly going to control some forex trade activities. Now they have written to the banks that, okay, yen gold no, yaton, ye gold ba, onwankasa would create a form of auction where they would determine how much they are releasing to Bank of Ghana and all of that. So they will control their own USD, which Bank of Ghana says no. So I expect that they should sit down. And when the weekend, Archbishop Duncan Williams, I've seen front page.
Gold Board.
Why do I look at them? In some hole, na so I na in some back. Now what can it be maintained? Because in there some of the issues that all to NPP in opposition, they have just 2.5 years more, or they have almost 2 years more. Ebi ochinenya bem, and some of these issues could come up.
Nipa bi na epese womo use Gold Board as a means of womo de be yomo huye. And as the managers of Gold Board and the entity how to manage that business.
I won't answer those two questions. What I'm saying is that the structure, the architecture, and the system, according to IMF, is bad. It's creating a lot of losses. Yes, we have cedi stability. Our cedi has been relatively stable, I concede. But any businessmen so kasa. What is the stability saying? What effect is the stability on their businesses? Really nothing. The cedi is stable, but is it leading to lower cost of or cheaper cost of doing business? If you talk to industry players, they will tell you that, look, for instance, the introduction of the publican system at the port, where there are some generic AU being used to determine duties, has brought hardship on importers.
AI.
Because the duty cost, I am not against AI. I am a strong advocate for AI. But in deploying AI, you need to get your numbers right. You don't just get up and say the AI. So if you feed in garbage, you get garbage out. You need to make sure that you get the correct figures to feed the system so that you get the right figures back.
Leader, moving on, you were talking about buying promises or the people of Ghana going into the 2024 election. You mentioned the 24-hour economy, and from what you are saying, I say, is government failing the people of Ghana?
On the 24-hour economy, they have already failed, and I'll explain to you why we fail. You see, under NPP, Akufo-Addo now being introducing one district, one factory.
Yeah.
One district, one factory, za aben ye any day or backing with incentive. Incentive are also being there. Taxes say it's all machine, it's all raw materials. Because in any factory setup, there are two things:
the machine,
invest in here, equipment and raw materials. So the Akufo-Addo economic policy initiative for industry was basically that let's take away the taxes on equipment that are brought in. Let's take away the taxes on raw materials so that the investor would import lower costs on equipment and raw materials. Then he can reinvest. So that was the incentive. With that one, or attract companies P Ghana.
Yeah.
Now, Union Bay was so 24 hour 1D1F no trip.
But was it well implemented?
You can talk about implementation challenges.
Were there challenges that you saw?
Obviously, in any government policy, there will be implementation challenges. I won't pretend. But you have to look at the policy and perfect it. So for me, as a businessman, now me expected there were challenges now we were raising in opposition. So that we are perfect. But what they did was that they cancelled it. There was no alternative plan. Now, let me also reveal something to you. I know on good authority that the Guzitando establishment now were 24-hour economy policy.
Yeah.
They are struggling with their colleagues in government.
Oh, how?
Because they are looking at incentives, taxes as an incentive. And government is saying no. If you look at electricity, there are two ways to address this 24-hour economy issue. One, taxes for industry, that you give them tax break on their equipment, on raw materials, so that they can plow back those gains, and then they can expand and they can find the environment attractive. As Abeno was in there, he creates enabling environment.
Yeah.
So that is the bit of taxation. Then you come to power. Industry rely on power. Now, as we speak, like I said,
Power now costs
almost 30%. So government doesn't have a deliberate plan. They look. Let me now look at the energy sector. Those industries now, I want them to produce 24 hours. I want them to expand. Let me look at their cost of electricity. Then sit down with them, negotiate and say, okay, I will give you a rebate of say 10%. And now if I'm increasing now, those of you in industries would help you. With that one, they will find it attractive. Government is not doing any of these. So straight away, with 24-hour economy, it fails because nobody is finding the environment, welcoming enough. Because if it's a businessman or expanding the business, on to me employ more.
Yeah.
So for this government, they see the 24-hour economy in the area of government institutions employing more. That is what is also leading to the waste. Because if a jume be now you need only 10 people. Say Ebi Ayenko Bank of Ghana. If Abeno, there's so much pressure on you, the government, you are not creating employment in the private sector, then there will be pressure on you. So once there's pressure on you, everybody will come, okay, go to Bank of Ghana, go to Gold Board, go to Ghana Water, go to ECG, go to Goyle, go to Ghana Gas. Now, you would end up populating these state institutions with people in an attempt to create employment. Once you do that, your costs
will be high
on human resource development, your cost on wage would go very high. Wage bill no cost. Now, wage bill no on your investment or your costs or your consumption in simply put, wage bill no or your consumption. Inti busumi biasa, you need to look for the money.
Yeah.
So regardless of your production, regardless of your profit, with time you crash. Listen, the NDC should not see the opposition as being antagonistic. No, I'm saying, yes, it's good for democracy. They should see our constant pressure on them as a wake-up call so that we can all live together. Because yenya Ghana fo. Look, in opposition, I hear more than they hear.
In opposition?
Like me, as a leader, my staffers in my office will hear more than I hear. That is how life is.
Okay.
So they will see things that you as a leader know. Sometimes it's important to pay a little of bit of attention to them.
Is government
There are things they will see.
to you?
There are things that they would know that you, as a leader, you'll be blinded. You will know. So I'm saying that I, as a minority leader, they shouldn't shut their ears. Merekasa, they should listen because that will help them. Because what an IMF official will not tell them will tell me. What an ambassador will not tell them, that ambassador will tell me. That truth, that bitter truth. The ambassador would be diplomatic to you, but when he meets me,
with you,
that police officer will not tell you in government, will tell me. That fire service man will not tell you, will tell me. All right? They should understand it. And when I was majority leader, there were a lot of things that Ato Forsen as minority leader knew. Some of them were shocking. But he knew them because of your position. Intino, in Zamani Biwa one on Koya, sometimes we say here now, you realize, hey, Nkofi war boy,
Leader Mamisa, how about sometimes the approach are more the canon?
It doesn't matter.
You say it said that government will look so bad in the eyes of the people. Listen, then let's also put some resistance.
You see, equity must not look at form. It must look at the substance. Any serious government must pay attention to the content. How we say it is a matter of style. We are in competition for power. So don't be too concerned about how we say it. But what we say is what should matter. In the end, they should think about President Mahama's legacy. Because in the next 2 years, the man is exiting power. I am aware of the skirmishes, third term thing, but that one, it will not fly.
The president has said his own call.
I'm not talking about him. I've not mentioned him. I'm saying that there are skirmishes about possible third term, but that one, it will not happen. What they should think about is the legacy that the president will leave Ghanaians. Because you see, Nana, Adja ye or your china semo, in there may a MP. In them, me a minority leader. And when I'm about to I refer to J.H. Mensah. I refer to J. Mensah. What did I refer to? Their record, public record.
So you want to also be referred to.
So I am telling my friends, Minister Numuto, Minister Nenum, that policy has failed. Because in Krofona, one in Kokone there, 1 year in Kokono, they have killed the birds. Eating them was I am one.
Is it also scandal in waiting?
Time will tell. Now, do you know in the Ghana, a brower, kwafu, wado, a bro, in a mo, ye dear wa Ghana. Ghana, a bro, na Ghana, a mono. No boy has any chen, a brower was a bruchaba. Inti obi imports a bro from Brazil. Obi be import emo from Vietnam. She quantity onto them. Or there's a ship do for so many weeks. Obo du Ghana with your tax. O your tax we na say woko yi wo. Na wo botton or store. Them abroach a mono or ye cheaper no bu wo fom.
Than what we
than Ghana za we dua wo tamale. Anaso de yendi. Anaso de voter region. Me bisa there. Don't you see that straight away there's policy misalignment? Look, one of the things that I want government to listen, or your Minister of Education, so retire, onte. Look, they can solve one problem easily. Buffer stock. Government should have a policy there. And when award one contract to supply food stuff for students, you know, they will buy
from the buffer stock.
Buffer stock should direct all those suppliers now one more contract to buy locally produced rice, locally produced maize, and other items can be locally produced
so that they may enhance the production.
Exactly, they've left it ajar. All those who are getting contracts from buffer stock are buying imported rice. What to can fish? Can they buy fish from the market? Can they buy the beans from our market, locally produced beans? They are buying imported beans. What to bake beans? like the way a recent flood your crowd and say aben instead of over to talk is ban locally no not before no water baked beans watch a wonima watch a baked beans or new town Accra new town in Onima you are buying imported goods
so in
the end the local economy no is suffering. So like I said, they are over concentrating on gold board, making losses. Agriculture is suffering. Ask a question. If the investment they are being make in the area of agriculture, there's no incentive for farmers. I want to debate Dr. Eriko Poku. I want to debate him on the investment made in area of agriculture. This government has done nothing on agriculture. Really nothing. Incentives to farmers, zero. You see, we are not criticizing them because we are in opposition. But there's a system problem. So it is expensive to buy locally produced food. So it is cheaper. That should tell you that if it is cheaper to buy an imported foodstuff, then your economy has a problem.
Leader, can I say on all sectors, as I buy a fairly.
That is the reality. It is not my picture I am painting, but that is the reality that is out there. Look, minority for yenyimdo odubina say yeko out na yekasa aben bakado ye politics yenyi AGI Association of Ghana Industries yenyi woni share yen share guta all the members ye share employers association ye share IMF ye share World Bank ye share a Christian Council for ye ko share a Catholic Bishops Conference. What did we do? We wanted to have a first-hand information, data, the reality on the ground. Eben some na worker. Yeshia Guta, yeshia Employers Association, yeshia AGI no. Yeshia won kukum. Ye woni share media for mamu cameramen they were all there and they spoke. Guta for kade, the cost of doing business has increased. So if you say that the dollar and the CD now are stable, yes, but what is the effect out there? Is it cheaper to do business?
Are you having that perception, say, the CD stabilization against the US dollar, no? Artificially?
It's not my perception. It is the reality out there. The businessmen are complaining. I am a businessman, but because I'm a politician, maybe you may not believe me, but go to Abosokai now. Go and interview them. They will tell you the truth. Opeyin, oyeda abeyin yen etsna ho. Ana abeyin etsna ho. No, all you view nankasa ne policy. Look, do you know why every now and then Moncheno?
Because microphone kakasa papa.
No, because they are failing. So they think that by creating the impression the NPP for are corrupt. You see, many people have not read into NDC for one bigger agenda. So they know that the alternative is NPP, correct? So in their strategy, they've been told that, look, discredit them, create anger. Into say, Obimpo NPP, hey, Nkofu, wait to see. Into by saying that, they are silent on your incompetence. Good. So it is a strategy. Into bonde, one chiwana, ebi a wiki, no one would down chibi kawan, wabaka NPP. Now was a bill. Now what's all your dinner court? The moon to me, I was jailing. Wound to me, we're jailing. What is your excuse? It can judgment. I've read the judgment 3 times. You know the wakachi will be other wound to me, I galamse. But do you know that the charge sheet and the judgment itself doesn't say the wound to me, Waka Galamse? Do you know that? Inima. Yeah, Papa, I said, Dunkat, your crokumase. Also, MPP for would the wound to me nature will be a Waka Galamse, no watching what not to Fiaza, MPP food's nature. That was his propaganda. If you read the judgment doesn't say wound to me, Akaya Galamse.
But no,
no, on your bond. What the judgment is saying there, wound to me nankasa ne Lisa Okita. In Krofubi, I go to gold wado.
It one more punishment because of
One kada won to me a go to gold and I won to me a cat is on Krofu. What's it? Ibinum that I'm Krofuna will go to gold wadun. And one for Quam Papa dun. And I actually one ana. She Nana yao. No Korbi ni Ghana. Ebia empe won to me nasam. Ebia won to me why ye bibia o penini bi nenyu anje ho. Said the man na won to me aye na mo peda mo twena so a.
Mo twena so.
Mo fa power ne ye. No bi enwu do ebia campaign time won to me kase bi manano try. But baby a what I cover there won to me uncle jail 20 years. Oh yeah, it's only to
China.
No, I don't want to go there. I choose my words. So allow me to choose my words.
Yeah, but I really want to
No, I don't want to. I've not heard anybody's anything. I'm speaking the way I want to speak. So you allow me. Now, my point again is that look at the conduct of the Chief Justice. Chief Justice, or can we be no what to Torkonoo? Oh, please. We all know that.
How?
There was a grand conspiracy.
Yeah, but are you saying that he was part of the conspiracy?
Oh, yes. I say so. I've not minced words on that. My Lord Bafu Bonny was part of the grand conspiracy against his predecessor, Gertrude Arabesa Torkonoo. It was a grand conspiracy.
Because he wants to be the Chief Justice?
Saying, obviously. Why? Obviously, why? Why should I deny that? He knows, I know, the Supreme Court judges are, we know, who conspired against their colleague. But one day, the true story will be told. So, your crowd demonstration the last time, I said it there, say NPP, Babema. I don't see why that woman will not be reinstated. She has to be reinstated. This injustice against her, one, the report that even recommended her dismissal. Okay? That report, when we 3 petitioners, they finished 1 petitioner, and there was why a report. My Lord Puaman, who was the chair of that committee, maybe send one question, my Lord, if they did that to you, how would you feel? 3 petitioners. You finished the hearing of 1 petition. The other 2 were pending. Yet you completed your report and recommended the dismissal of Justice Arabesa Torkonoo as a Chief Justice. Today, as my Lord Bafuboni is exiting, I am aware you are also lobbying to become the next Chief Justice. How would you feel if somebody did this to you? You see, this country, we are so unfair to one another that or you're bizarre, we are comfortable. But Obodu here now, Supreme Court judges, Pinara were unfair to their colleague Torkonoo.
Now, you talk about reinstatement. I'm sure you know about the Constitutional Review Committee.
Please.
The 10 now, a Chief Justice, 10 years.
Please.
10 years.
I have made my point. I won't go further. All I'm saying is that if there is injustice against somebody, and we all know that it is injustice, and there's an opportunity to right the wrong, nothing stops a system from ensuring justice. That is the issue.
But the position of the law is that the position of the law is that
I am not going further. All I
should be there for not less than a certain number of years.
I am not going further. Because they know what they have done. They are afraid of their own shadows. And this is because of what they know they have done. They are afraid. But whether you are afraid or not, what you did was wrong. Why? How can you say that somebody could not retire ne impress $4,000? Muside Obi passed a comment in a courtroom. That one becomes an impeachable offense. Look, what the woman went through, nobody will go through that. It's not easy. She's been denied her everything. I was even expecting, Nanaya, that some of her colleagues, however they are plot, could have even suggested to government for a safe landing for her.
We don't want to knock in the crowd.
You see, she has no police. She's lost her salary. You stripped her naked. denying them of everything. Or you party they mean on your masa. All I am saying is that let's create a fair system for all of us as a country. So that Ochinibi, it doesn't matter which party is in office. There will be a system that we can all celebrate. Now, in all these criticism, no, I'm not saying that NPP ran a perfect government.
Okay.
We also made mistakes. And I'm sure some of your mistakes in the all lead to the anger
Of the people.
of NDC Funibi. I will concede where I have to concede that I'm sure some of the excesses of our 8-year rule is what is leading to this revenge and all that. But to what end? Nanaya, man should be ano newe yi wo ho. To every conflict, you know, there comes a time or the obey. That is why I'm saying that look, you do me, I do you. When I say this, sometimes my own party people are not comfortable with it. But it should end at some point. And I am calling on Yenuanum NDC for that now you are in government. Find a way of prevailing on the hawks in your party to hold fire. I am not against Yoko investigating me or any other MPP person. I am not against Yoko undertaking any investigation. I am not against BNI investigating. I am not against OSP investigating any MPP member. We must know, or we ought to reasonably know, that there is always something called post-regime accountability. So post-regime accountability, no, mejitum. But I'm saying that do it with a human face. Don't arrest Miracles Abuaji at the airport when you can just make a phone call to Miracles and say that, Miracles, we need you to report today. Don't arrest Obi no nyene na infe eraba no ne yere no ne wristwatch ana sebe na tar impo publish in kade ne bag ne mpobwa or you expensive. When we know that you in NDC, you are wearing expensive shoes, you are holding designer bags worth tens of thousands of dollars. We know the value of Ferragamo and Chanel. We know you use Chanel bags. You are doing it to somebody. You are being petty. Look, I will speak reality. I will be hyper realist and tell my colleagues in the face, because as a minority leader, if I don't exercise that courage to speak truth to them in their very eyes, before them, no ochine bibisa, but I'm not a prophet either. I'm just being hyper realist by saying that power it will change. Ebia aneda obinum ka che MPP for nti.
And they so no de yam.
No was it. But I'm saying that you have an opportunity to remind yourself that hey, ochina na power in you. Intino, can we use a human face to deal with the same issue? So that if you really want to achieve results, allow the system to run.
As a lawyer,
for instance, why would the Chief Justice...
The bail conditions are the man.
Very honest. Now, as for the bail conditions, you know, even Harun Idrisu has spoken against it.
Yeah.
He is in government. But I celebrate him and I dove out my heart for him, for what he did. Honorable Muntaka, a very reasonable person. He boldly spoke about it on the House floor when he brought a community service bill. That bill is being abused. Okay? Look at what the Chief Justice has done. The warrant he issued. I am not saying there as a practitioner, me you are aware there said you vacation a court or minimum the vacation court. But for the life of me, we are in 2026. Me free in Bremu Krano, me infidel song. Men free woman, men doing song. And courtroom practice, my practice papa to the highest court. I have practiced. So I am a courtroom practitioner. Politics na man say munko court. But court is it or you made. So I know that regular trial 1 year during vacation. Court be around July. So wabam womuda wajen to October. So motions na interrogatory say be emergency cases be on tina courts na a vacation judge. So why would the CJ issue a warrant specifically directing certain judges to hear certain matters or yeah NPP for now a case? So you want to throw them into jail quickly? Is that what you want to do? Like what they did to Torkonoo? Now, if you look at
only throwing them into jail quickly,
but that is what they are doing.
Not also thinking about say freeing them quickly.
I'm not talking about freeing. If it's about freeing them quickly, then they know how to free their people quickly. What's there? Nolly Prosecua, Attorney General, or cancel all the cases or your NDC for, or not canceling. Inti freeing them quickly, no. Only the Attorney General. No, yeah, the NDC for NDC for now free one quickly. So I can't speak to that, but I'm saying that the trial can take it normal course, give your timetable, but vacation. Look, which serious country would subject an intelligence officer to such a public ridicule? Do you know what you are telling the other intelligence officers?
They shouldn't do something.
These intelligence officers, they sacrifice to save all of us. Edubuahin, a young man in his 40s, he's committed over 20 years of his adult life to keep the peace for us as a country. Even if, even if in the course of his duty, certain decisions were taken by him, there's a way to deal with it. Even if. Because in the area of intelligence,
you don't compromise.
Opinion, BBA to me see, Sika, what is an intelligence officer by new training, covert and overt means for the states. Internal, in kafa security, Sikana and Kado, obey account, in order to cry. You don't know. In there, you were national security coordinator.
Yeah.
He has officers under him. There were IGP, officers under him. There were BNI boss, officers under him. There were military, military intelligence. There were CDS, officers under him. So can you imagine if one day, if you are going to arrest the CDS, and then defense intelligence, CKB, how they went about it? Hey, you don't do that.
But what if say also
with this on to me? Listen, Nanaya, I've been there. I know what I'm talking about. Young Krofono, Yanyanum NDC, if you walk too far, they are taking the game too far. There are things you don't touch in governance. I don't want to be emotional. There are things you don't touch. Do you think that as a minority, Assembly and America, issues that border on national security? I will never talk about it. I won't. Where even a government is making a mistake, and that mistake, by talking about it, it would affect state security, I will never talk about it. This is governance. You must understand it. How the architecture is woven and how all the aspects of governance interact. There's a way to deal with some of these things. Our friends are going too far. They are going too far. Why? I haven't said that. I am saying, let's pay attention to my words.
Yeah, not they understand what exactly what they're doing.
My words. I'm saying that they are going too far. Edubuahin and the wife, they are going too far. You don't do that to an intelligence officer.
Since you know something, probably they don't know.
No.
Why don't you?
They know. Them? No. I think that they are being petty. They are going too far. It's wrong. Because Ochina, you are compromising the work of the very boys you are using today. Them signals bureau. A lot of activities go on there. Since they are the main security, structure you rely on. Police, military, BNI, they get. Yeah. And Ejuma Wayan is sensitive. It protects all of us. So when those officers there, even where you think they've done something, you don't subject them to such embarrassment, such torture, such trauma. They have wife, you are the wife, they have children, they have family. No, there's a way to manage this. And I think our friends are going too far. They should be careful. They should manage the situation. It is not about how many people you jail that will keep you in power. I am again not saying that don't scrutinize don't go into what's the word? Don't investigate decisions that we took in office. I've not said that. Investigate. Go ahead. It's aura. Go in. It's no problem. Scrutinize every procurement and the NPP. I don't have a problem. But go about it with a human face.
Okay.
You are in government too. You are doing procurement. And no. I'm saying
I understand you.
That you are in government. You are doing procurement, aren't you? So who your phone sir?
What's your sir?
Who your phone sir?
What's your Afenyo Markins?
Who your phone sir?
What's your minority leader sir?
Because actually be no. Na said there a kwanya would you be fast so no. Bia no obi so e de eya wo bi
Eso etu anamo bi.
Etu anamo. Bia ye kan na we ntie ni nti. Say nipa na ye na say yes ka kire na e be den because this ya tell you nana ya look at me calling for an end to you do me I do you. Then I will talk NDC munjay yo munjay na echina NPP aba power. Ya am majority leader. And also say ebia mini abemu but me wo party no mu. Na makotna Dr. Baumini na se bibi koso ya kwachi NDC ni bi. Na me ko bie ma na ansho mbe yi media fi party no. Ombe ka se na wo omode no
we hu ana. Ukra ukan ya omo nti.
Ansho kra me nya akukudro enka. Mbaje what ma say. But se me ken NDC for etie me a that becomes equity for them. And that becomes a bargaining chip or power. Echine bi na Dr. Baumia bedi omampeni.
Obetumi agina so akasa.
Na se obi ye yi bi a ye betumi akasa jaisa. Amembo na eba se ye bebuo.
Okay.
Amembo na eba se ye bebuo. Ye ba se ye be create adwuma mankola no. Ye ba se ye be use digitalization. E create opportunity. Ema youth no ankra adwuma ye epeja yamba se ye be chichi omo yenjai se bi obi edibone a yema embrani ye na adwuma embrani betumi ache ba enche won afi. We can boldly say that, but the rate at which things are going,
I know they
what you call be your bedroom ekofa sebi ne dem ne ring na sumu ade ed betro abonte ebia wo so wo yere eya na mekasa attorney general we di diemu deputy attorney general ono de me nu ekuma no eya na me tu no fo se de ekoso bia no eguyasum ye nitua nti munhwe ni o ma bi yie ubetumi ni judge akoshe kukom aka chense my lord ye ba ye ni say wo fi se wo nkwa na wo ni yenim judges no bia de na judges kuma bi na omuni omu ye adwuma yenim nkomo ekoso sometimes media me nka ni nyina sometimes no me say sometimes WhatsApp chat no omu tumi share na yeso ye kura bi
wo nkofo WhatsApp
me say omu tumi share na yeso ye kura bi
wo nkofo WhatsApp
media me ni bi me say omu tumi share say omu share what you say sometimes omu kaka na yati bi nti ni de omu ye no de omu nya abotre na otumfo na kan bi media me nya asan me ntitwi enti me ye mistake wo metwi na wa correct me otumfo say embre ni nkaso enza eno ano no metwi na eno ano embre ni nkaso he ope NDC fo nka say 28 kura no omo be fa no fara omo nka say 2032 so fala 2036 omo pe omo nka say ye betena opposition 20 years
one day
me ba say Says MPP tina opposition 20 years in point. Says I made 48.
Yeah.
Would the 20 come me 48. Made 68. In it means I said 20 years in point. MPP baba part power answer made me 70 baby. Made me ni what you say?
Leader me
that. It's in the yenya ya wan botro. Na ya membo na ye den. Yebu. Omo party full soldiers. Party full soldiers. Omo ko chesi ballot papers no omo koko. And he no mo tumi ashom. NDC for no omo party full soldiers all over. And mo MPs no. Are they even creating opportunities for them?
MPs no.
No, me kasa me bisa. I'm asking rhetorical.
But this rhetoric question doesn't just come.
No, I'm
being
asking.
Being a lawyer, you must have a substance for asking that question.
Ejefi uncle, me bisa say, omo anka say MPs 189. Opportunities are in omo create more various constituencies for jobs to be created. Now another mistake, may they be conclude 24-hour market opening. Yeah, analyst kakra.
Just under 1 minute. Under 1 minute.
Mose agenda 111 munisika. Hospitals ne egurim because ya kufa do dia. Se se mose 24-hour market ba ku bia 43 million. Wonim say contract no turn on moton.
Agenda
24-hour on my chama you see
one more
sometimes politician. I'm saying it. They know. See, so this is what they are doing. Omo assign so contract biano ebia the amount regional chairman the amount constituency chairman ebia ya package ya constituency executive modia ono no onim die bia ya de ye
market no
contract internet dia so okope businessman na wato na waje the percentage.
Oh, okay. Well,
so I'm saying say if we are serious as a nation na aban person ye bibia obe complete agenda 111 na yenya hospitals all the districts. Men can say 24-hour market and you men kasa. But in the order of priorities in Crawford villages are omunya baby enyo mayarisa. There are places that there are no health facilities. Obia ba kolebu, obia ko konfanoche. The pressure
on these facilities.
People are dying quietly because there are no health facilities.
Thank you, leader. Most grateful. In fact, was also the project to be about in the Futu constituency called their Futu Dreams. Now, and the accident victims one way. In fact, based on what all coming, one must say they want to present something to you. Yeah, so they are so grateful.
Very grateful
to you.
So the accident that has been happening, we've been writing to benevolent people. But immediately he find us, the next day we received the call.
Oh, really?
We received the call. He supported us handsomely, and that is why 3 days today, yesterday, and today, I'm visiting all the accident victims, giving them water and drinks. Those who died, I'm giving them water, and those who survived, I'm giving them drinks and water. And as a result of the little that he gave to us, and so when I was told that both of us were coming here, it's an opportunity to let the world know. It's the first time, very first time, that the minority leader.
He's a benevolent giver.
I was shocked because people responding to accident victim support, it becomes very difficult. So for that matter, this is our new campaign. I think that it's just proper that we present him with our new, which are for the ministers, and it's a speed kills, and that's what I'm going. We presented it to him so that he will add his voice to it. So this is it. There's speed kills, and then at the back, impatient.
For the fact that or any accident be more calling China, want to support the victims.
Straight up.
Whoa.
Straight up. It's Speaker. God bless you.
Leader. Minority leader.
Minority leader. God bless you.
Mighty
minority leader. And yesterday, one of the victims were like, "I like him." Surprisingly, one of the victims also said that they like the other speaker, the other leader. So please, this is for you, and God bless you. Grateful. On behalf of accident victims, and grateful on behalf of myself and the entire team. God bless you so much.
All right, so that was the minority leader. But
he been complete Accra Kumasi road.
No.
Though was Warrior Expressway, but ongoing project, and they should try and complete it. And then Galamsey, Asam so. TUC Akasa that Galamsey is getting out of hand. Religious leaders, Akade, Abenyibe Galamsey has gotten out of hand. I pray that Aben would work on this. It looks like the Gold Board was established to promote Galamsey. It appears.
This is
no, because it is no. But do they have a regulation to distinguish between regularly mined gold?
To suggest that Gold Board is there to promote Galamsey.
Of course, because who are the Galamseyers selling to?
They are selling to Gold Board buyers.
Who are they selling to? Does Gold Board have a policy that distinguish regularly mined gold from Galamsey gold? They are buying every gold. Look, let's face the truth and speak the truth. It is not NPP that is talking about the state of Galamsey in the country. Don't forget that when NDC was in power, Wokojina Insuna na wire press conference. The Wayanshe Insun. So we shouldn't speak about it.
All right, leader, most grateful. He is a mighty minorities leader, Ghana's parliament, member of parliament for the Afutu constituency, and the one in charge, our establishing the Afutu Dream, and the Afutu Dream seeks to project, promote, and build the Afutu constituency. Baby, all free. Wabaye, member of parliament, Oxford trained, Afenyo Markins is his name.
No. Petty traders son, Pocho.
The petty traders son.
No. Nanaya.
Oxford trained, Afenyo Markins.
Nanaya. No, Pocho. Describe me as a petty trader son.
Who managed to complete Oxford?
No. I'm interested in being a petty trader son. I want to be seen as such. I am a bread seller son. That picture that I was 12 years selling for
bread.
my mother is still there. My mother is not an Oxford scholar.
But you are.
I have said that I am a bread seller's son.
And also an Oxford scholar.
By the grace of God, I am a bread seller's son serving the people of Ghana.
Most grateful leader.